how to fly a plane in 30 seconds.
Engine starts, ignition key, instrument.
Imagine this for a second. You're in your 20s, running a company, importing cars, pulling in millions, and living the life most Kenyans only dream of. You've got the cars, the lifestyle, and the followers. But then, boom, your name hits the news, not for success, but for fraud, tax evasion, and courtroom drama. That's the story of Khalif Kairo.
You are charged with cheating contrary to Section 315 of the Penal Code. Particulars of the offense: Joseph Kairo Amboy, on diverse dates between 10th July 2024 and 29th July 2024.
Loved by some, hated by others, and constantly trending online. His story has everything: money, fame, ambition, and yes, even romance scandals that people claim destroyed his discipline. So buckle up, because this is the roller coaster story of Khalif Kairo's legal battles. How one man went from Instagram success to handcuffs, headlines, and hard questions about his future. Part 1. The rise and early trouble. Kairo's rise was meteoric. He built his name in car imports through his company, Kai Karo. Young, sharp-tongued, and always suited up, he sold the image of a hustler who cracked the code of success. His Instagram was his stage: flashy cars, motivational lines, and a promise that you too could win big if you believed. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. Early 2025 was the turning point. Clients started complaining. They said they had paid millions for cars that never arrived. One man, Jeff Kayul Munan, claimed he paid 2.145 million shillings for a Honda Vezel hybrid that never touched Kenyan soil.
First of all, you need to be very honest. It's a money-intensive business. There's a lot of money changing hands. You also need to be hardworking. Lazima ujitume. Juu ukianza kuuza magari, we even post the 100 cars online and you're only going to sell one. Now,
Another, Donna Ayalo Okoth, wired almost 3 million shillings for a Subaru Outback that also disappeared. The authorities pounced. In January, Kairo was arraigned in court and slapped with fraud charges. His bail? A cool 2 million shillings cash, a figure that instantly told Kenyans this was no small matter. The headlines painted him as a fraudster. His supporters swore he was innocent. And Kairo? He kept his cool, smiling for cameras, insisting it was all a misunderstanding. Part 2. The rearrests and tax fraud. But the storm was just beginning. After attending one court session, Kairo walked out of the dock only to be met by police waiting to rearrest him. More complainants had come forward. More millions were mentioned, and suddenly the image of a young mogul was unraveling in real time. And then came the Kenya Revenue Authority. They charged him with tax fraud, alleging that he and his company misdeclared a Range Rover Vogue as a cheaper model to evade over 1.2 million shillings in customs duty. Think about that for a moment. On one side, clients saying he took their money. On the other side, the taxmen saying he cheated the system. The walls were closing in Part 3, Courtroom Drama. The court sessions became a spectacle. The prosecution argued he was a flight risk. Judges weighed whether to keep him locked up or let him post bail. At one point, he struggled to raise the 2 million bond demanded. In another, a surety's PIN had to be verified by KRA, delaying his release. His lawyers accused the system of dragging its feet. Kairo himself went further, filing an application asking a magistrate to recuse himself for alleged bias. It was no longer just about fraud or cars.
Yesterday, Khalif Kairo was arrested again for the umpteenth time. And listen, man, he was arrested on his way out of another hearing for another case where allegedly he didn't deliver the cars.
It was about whether the courts were fair, whether the young entrepreneur stood a chance, or whether the system had already marked him guilty.
Something's not adding up. Well, I get that probably, yes, he didn't deliver, allegedly, the cars or whatever he was supposed to deliver. But why is it that every time my man's arrested, there's a camera close to him?
Yeah, I mean, this is part of his statement, right? He also was like, every time I start waking up getting deals here and there and going back to work, the arrests mysteriously begin. Not like he mysteriously didn't deliver a car. No summons, no nothing, and conveniently cameras are always rolling, even inside police stations.
Exactly.
But that's because it's a big case, guys. No.
Part 4. Out of court settlements. But in Kenya, money talks. Kairo's team started pushing for out-of-court settlements, and surprisingly, it worked. By September 2025, 2 fraud cases worth 5.9 million shillings were withdrawn after he refunded the complainants. For Kairo, this was a small victory. For his critics, it was proof that he had indeed taken money wrongly. Either way, the courtroom chess game continued. Some cases dropped, others dragged on. His legal future remained a question mark. Part 5, the love life factor. Now, here's the part people don't talk about in court but whisper about in corridors.
I mean, so far so good. We both knew exactly what we wanted when we were getting into this. Yeah, so far it's been fun and yeah, all good. Can't complain.
Kairo's dating life. Rumors swirled that his high-profile relationships were draining his discipline. He was linked to flashy partners, expensive gifts, late nights, and a lifestyle that blurred the line between business and pleasure. Some of his own friends suggested that while he should have been laser-focused on building his empire, he was instead distracted by love triangles, Instagram drama, and the pressures of maintaining an image of a young boss with money to burn. Was his downfall fueled not just by fraud allegations, but by personal choices in his love life? Nobody can say for sure. But the timing, his empire faltering just as his romances made headlines, raised eyebrows. Conclusion, the big question. So, who is Khalif Kairo? To his fans, he's a visionary, a man daring to dream big in a system designed to crush the ambitious. To his critics, he's a fraudster, a smooth talker who built castles in the air and left clients counting losses.
So we are in Lamu, brought some guests, currently on ground, quick lunch, then a quick turnaround back to Nairobi. So this is the aircraft. Hii ni ideal sana. Kwanza watu wanapenda kwenda day trip. Vijana wa forex, chamas, groups of friends. We can fly you to Lamu very quickly. Tufike hapa hata kama on a Friday. You spend the whole of Saturday. We come back Sunday early in the morning at a very friendly rate. And renting the plane, the entire plane is actually cheaper sometimes, especially for groups, than flying on an airline. So if it's a corporate engagement, if it's a wedding party, this would be the ideal bird. 14-seater, very modern, glass cockpit, very safe. This is a turboprop, which is basically a jet engine with propellers attached to it. So send us an email, Jetman. sales@jetman.co.ke.
How to fly a plane in 30 seconds.
Engine start, ignition key, instruments, fuel, accelerator, go fast, go slow, slow down, turn left, turn right, go down, go up, go down, go up, go left, go right, go fast, slow down, brakes, no brakes, brakes, no brakes.
Very simple.